Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between. It looks like we're back at it again for another one of these videos. Unfortunately, already touched grass, so it's not going to be about that. It's going to be about something a little bit different. It's going to be about isolation. I mean, it's something we all experience at different points in our lives, right? Sometimes it comes unexpectedly, a quiet drifting away from the world, and other times it's self-imposed, a choice to step back and reflect. Whether it's caused by physical distance, emotional barriers, or societal pressures, isolation shapes us in unique ways. It can be a place of vulnerability, but also a space for growth and self-discovery. In isolation, we may confront our deepest fears, uncover hidden strengths, or learn to find comfort within ourselves. Have you ever felt so isolated from the world that it becomes debilitating to even be perceived by another person? It's as if the weight of your own solitude has woven a barrier around you, making every glance, every interaction feel overwhelming. In those moments, the presence of others doesn't feel like a connection, it feels like exposure. A spotlight on the loneliness that you might not even know how to express. Each word you say, each movement you make, feels amplified, like it could shatter in the fragile shell you've built around yourself. It's a paradox, wanting to be understood but fearing the vulnerability that comes with it. Torn between reaching out and retreating even further into yourself. It ends up getting so bad that you can't even begin to perceive yourself anymore. It's like looking in a mirror and seeing only an outline, a faint shadow of who you used to be. You start to lose sight of all the details that once defined you, the things you loved, the quirks that made you unique, the dreams you held close. Everything kind of just blurs until you're not sure what's left. In that haze, self-reflection becomes almost painful. It feels like peeling back layers that reveal only emptiness. You wonder if the person you were is still inside or if they've faded away completely, leaving you grasping for some sense of identity in a world that feels increasingly distant. So you attempt to obtain that sense of self-perception through the perception of others, as debilitating as it may be. You start to seek validation, hoping that maybe through someone else's eyes, you'll catch a glimpse of who you are. Each interaction feels loaded with meaning, every interaction like a piece of a puzzle you're desperately trying to assemble. You find yourself leaning into the smallest affirmations, interpreting others' words and gestures as mirrors reflecting parts of you back. But relying on others in this way can be exhausting. It's as if every encounter holds a risk of either filling you up or breaking you down. You realize that as much as these glimpses might offer comfort, they can never fully replace the self-understanding you're missing. Yet you can't break the cycle. You found comfort in it almost. You understand it and it understands you. It's strange, honestly. You can't stand the idea of being perceived by someone else, yet all you want is to be understood. Why is that? Because deep down you know who you are. You know you're worth understanding, growing alongside someone and being cared about. Yet you feel undeserving, so you don't even feel like you deserve to be perceived by yourself, as silly as it sounds. I'm no psychiatrist or anything, I'm just writing down my thoughts and communicating them with you guys in case you need to hear them, to know that you're not alone in thinking this way. You're lucky this isn't Is Touching Grass Worth It Part 2, because I was 2 minutes away from writing that instead. But then I started reading my journal to find material, and this struck a bit of a chord with me, you know? The two most important things in this world are self-perception and self-love. The crazy part is, those are the only two things you absolutely cannot depend on someone else or something else in order to achieve. It's easy to get caught up in school, work, relationships, or whatever and lose sense of ourselves. Before we know it, we don't even know ourselves anymore. What do you like to do for fun? I don't know. What kind of music do you listen to? I don't know. There's so much we forget about ourselves when we're going through something like this that we don't even realize. It's insane to me how a simple question can so easily become such a difficult thing to answer. You become so unsure about everything that you quickly implode and run away to hide. Well, guess what? You're still there. Same as always. You just need that fire back. Don't just think about all the people around you who miss you. Think about how bad you truly miss yourself. Reconnect with old friends, play your old favorite video games. Do what you used to love to do because you do still love to do those things. You know, do the things you love to do before the world hit you like a truck. You've earned it. You've done great. Just relax a little bit and you'll slowly start to see yourself breaking those chains. And definitely don't depend on others to do the work for you. I know how intimidating it is, but it's worth it. So yeah, hope that was worth the wait. It's been like 2 months since I posted. Sorry about that. I got a bit sidetracked by a couple of things, but you know, doesn't exist anymore. Still miss those things though. Call me. Just kidding. You know I don't be doing things. Minecraft Part 5. Coming soon.